Hello, today I want to show you how to make this beautiful octopus using Blender's geometry nodes and particle systems and interpreting the resulting material with stable diffusion. I will go first to my basic setting in Blender. I have here a particle system which is like used again with the geometry nodes. And then afterwards I put some shaders on it to imitate the octopus skin in a very interpreted form, or pre-interpreted form, better to explain. And I tried to copy the structure of the chromatophore cells which are on the octopus skin, and afterwards I used the Stable Diffusion Blender add-on with just like a basic prompt octopus and using different styles. We will come back to the styles later. But first of all, let's start from the scratch. So I will make a new scene for this, and I have here like a very dark scene. Let's go create it a little bit better here. Everything starts with a simple plane which has a particle system on it, emitting particles. I want to give them a starting velocity. Let's give them like a velocity of 5. They go up, or maybe even like more, maybe 10. So they go like this. And then let's animate this one. For our purposes, maybe it's enough to use just like 120 frames. And I will animate it on running. I will record my animation. I will just like start play, and then like make some movements with some rotations. Record this once. Let's scale it a little bit bigger. And in this case, like I have this, maybe like having some more smoothness. Yeah, having this one. And then let's put it into geometry nodes, just like copying this one and interpreting it as a kind of particle system. We go to geometry nodes. Again, let's start it here. And I will make it like a bit smaller. Turn off the system, the recording. And then what we need is a new object with just like a single word. For this, let's take a cube and call it our octopus. The particle system is just like our particles. And I'll go in it and reduce this one to a single word by scaling it to 0. And then in mesh, clean up, merge by distance. So remove 7 vertices. There is only 1 vertex now, this which is here. And put a new particle system on it. And we will put now sorry, we have to first make it a particle instance of the particles and put it on top, and like turn off the dead and unborns, just that we have only the alive ones. And now our system is like copying what is happening on this plane. And afterwards, let's put it back into this part. We don't need any more these particles, but we can't delete it. We just like make it invisible and unrendered. Now we only have our particles, and now we will go back to the system. And now we will use these points, these vertices, which are like interpreted already as points. We will instance on them, or we will even not instance them, but like turn this points to volume, and use this volume back to mesh just with this tool. So now you see it's already becoming a volume, a shape. And some parts of the animation, they got more rough because there are fewer points. And at the beginning, there are more. If you want to make them tighter, we will increase the radius of the points. And in this way, they are continuously going up and down. And now I want from these eight pieces, maybe we start in a very simple circle with 8 parts, and instancing this one on this circle. So we don't need actually the circle. We can do it also already here. We will add a new mesh primitive. Maybe you notice I'm using the new Blender 3.5, so therefore the geometry node structure is a little bit different. A mesh primitive and circle. Mesh circle here with 8 pieces, and I will again instance this structure, this points on this. We don't need to go. We don't need to instance the volume or the mesh result, but just like this one, instance on points here. This is the instance. It's coming here, and this one is the one. So now we have from 8 pieces. They are coming here. Increase the radius. We will see they are like going parallelly. And just to give this mesh circle a little bit more structure, we can deform it by using the geometry and operations. Well, where is the set position exactly here, right? Set position of it, and like set an offset to it with texture, and like use a very simple noise texture. Maybe scale this a little bit more. This is like by utilities now, matte node, and multiply this. They have like more, and add this to bring it back to 0. And also we can rotate these instances because they are all now looking to the same part. For this, we will use the searches for here, rotate Euler, and also rotate instances node here, and rotate Euler by input and normal. Where are the normals? Input scene is not here, and constant is not here. Let's check for it. Normal values on their rotation. Oh, well, that doesn't look what I was looking for. Where's the volume? Instance on points. Here normal and rotation. We can do it also already in the here and adding it to here, align Euler to vector, not Euler rotation, but align Euler to vector. Here, add, align Euler to vector. Here, and so what I'm doing wrong is x and factor x, y, z, And vector, actually, yes. I'm doing it correctly. I'm doing it already here. Let's do it here. Yes, this must be here. So they are rotated in different directions. So now I have my octopus in a shape, and I can go back to my particle system and change their lifetime maybe a little bit more, that they live under 20, and they will just like go here. And it should start maybe even already before the animation starts. Go back. So the rotation doesn't start before the animation. Therefore, we will maybe just like not let it go and start again by 0. But our animation should run start a little bit later, like starting by 60 and going up to 180 in this form. Have more control. Their lifetime, again adjusting to maybe the lifetime a little bit. And start again a little bit lighter. Bake it first. So we have this our shape. But it shouldn't end so fast. Therefore, we can make it a little bit later. So we have here our shape, dancing shape. And from now, from this point, it's pretty easy. Let's add a camera first. And put this camera to here. And let's have it the square format, 112. And zoom it a little bit more. And I already have my stable diffusion running in background, and it just needs to run in order to have it. And I have also my Blender add-on installed. That's my result before. The add-on, Blender add-on, I can give also again the link in the description, but it's called Blender AI render add-on for stable diffusion. And I installed it, and now I can it's on my computer installed. I'm running it from here, but if you prefer, you can of course use it also from Dream Studio. Here I was just enabling it, and here let's do it first of all without anything. And for the shading part, we have a completely dark scene. Therefore, I will like add a world setting, new world, where we see a little bit something. And in the object menu, let's make it a very simple green one. And what I have to also consider is adding this green material in geometry nodes at the very end. Materials. Here, set material and green. We see it? Yes, it is here already. And we don't even have a, I think, let's also have a blue background, like a sea. Here, my blue background. And maybe having another a light source. Let's have a sunlight here, here, and maybe let's try how it looks like. I set up here in the prompt, call this octopus, and here I have here already my operations. I strongly suggest you to use this save your after images somewhere in your computer. I use this folder. That sometimes you get really nice results and you don't want to lose them, but they were just like experiments. You can just like set a folder here and save after images here. And then now let's render it with F12. It's calculating. And you have already a very basic shape of an octopus. We can go deeper and change our prompt strength. So like our image is more stronger. Let's put it 0.5. And the prompt strength, the word strength, like the word octopus, let's put it a little bit stronger, like 21. And render it again. So now you can see it's getting more and more like an octopus shape. And for the example which I showed you before, I set a preset also and applied also a preset. I think I used the expressionist one. You can see it gets weirder and weirder. nice results. Let's try to imitate also the skin of the octopus. For this purpose, I used here shading. You can see. I go here. Shading. I used a little bit complex setup with Voronoi textures, which give this skin texture of the octopus. For this I used Voronoi texture to a scale which is going between yellow and red, and one between green and blue. These are different types of cells in octopus skin: chromatophore cells and leucophore cells, which are reflecting. One is showing pigments in the skin, and they scale up and down to show the spectrum between yellow, brown, and red tones. And the other one is reflecting the environmental color. But in Blender version, I just used this to color the skin with the structure of a Voronoi texture, which is like a kind of natural cell division. So you can copy this setup. Well, I will take this material, this octopus skin, let's call it so, and let's take it from here. And instead of this green, I can go back to geometry nodes and select from here the octopus skin. And also I want to have a smooth shading. For this, I will add that shade smooth. Then I have also a bit better side. And well, for my octopus, I have a like slightly reducing thickness for the arms, and this I made by subtracting this to position from 0. This means the 0 is in the middle, and the position, how far they go away from the center, they go smaller. Let's copy this setting. There are vector math nodes. Go here and paste them. Oh, okay. Sometimes this copy paste function makes problems, but doesn't matter. I will take the position and then vector math. Where they put it now? That here. Is it by geometry? No. Input? Maybe? No. Well, let's call it from here. Vector math. Subtraction. make it smaller. Extra subtraction from 0. And another one, let's copy and multiply it. Multiply it. Not the rotation, but, and also the rotation I don't need anymore, so I can delete it or dissolve it. That is the new function. Delete by reconnect is replaced by dissolve. And here putting it to radius. And not multiplying by 0, but here, but in a, so like here. And again, I made something different because they are going bigger. They get away. A minus value. Minus, call it minus 0.5. And let's check it again. And let's make it a little bit bigger. There we go. Again. Why I'm having this problem again. 0.1. Yeah, my settings are actually the same. Well, strangely, strange enough, they don't pretty work well here. If I render this one, I will get, yeah, well, in any case, I get really nice results with this one. And octopus shape is a very interesting shape, which is recognized by, because octopus have so indefinite and already diffuse shape, it is very easy interpreted by stable diffusion in different shapes. In almost in any shape, you can interpret an image-to-image octopus shape. So like this really didn't work out. Maybe my rotation is not so good. Rotate them a little bit to solve this direction. Like maybe this is a better one. And make them a little bit thinner. Yes, like this. And make my particles also a little bit just having a different lifetime. Start with 1 again. Let's go back here. And lifetime, let's make it a little bit more. And maybe increase the number of particles to 2000. You can see sometimes there are not enough particles to connect them to a mesh. Yeah, maybe like even more. Let's make it 5000. And this is the rotation of them. Density is going to be higher. And maybe subtracting them in it from a different point a little bit. And this forms, they don't act much here. And oh, maybe like make this transformation a little bit change it. And even longer lifetime. Oh, well, yes, we start also later. So here. They shouldn't go so much away from each other, which makes them also disappear in time. And maybe not so even fast. Let's make them a little bit slower. Problem is, of course, they go up and then again down. This is like how they form. So if you can see, at the beginning they just like go down here and up. And this problem is, let's see where this problem comes from, because maybe it is just like about the radius. Yes, this is about the radius, because this makes some problems if it goes to the negative values. We could really use I don't know if there in the vector nodes there is an absolute function, or like maybe we can use this project function to a certain one. No, or seal function there, like snap to one. This multiplication makes it a little bit difficult to really use. Yeah, they are going now to the end. So here's the absolute function, yes. And now we can go back to the negative values. And also go back. And now we can adjust again the delete back, and their lifetime, let them shorter, even like shorter like this. And their thickness is again going from too much. Like they should start with a bigger value and go down to a thinner value. Well, maybe you have a solution and you can tell me. Thank you for watching for this video, and I will finish it with a really nice rendering again. Maybe like even giving another style. Maybe we can use this one. Where you can't get anything bad with this shape. I think you will always catch a really nice octopus from a different sort. Thank you for watching this video, and I will add some links on the comments.